Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Corey, and today we're going to do some Rust coding. We're going to work on this new crate that I am creating that's tentatively called OpenAPI Gen, I think? Not macro like the repo says. Here, sorry. Need to turn down the background music in my ears, but hopefully should be staying the same volume for everyone else. If you are tuning in and in chat, let me know how volumes and all that is are, as always. But today we're gonna work on OpenAPI Gen. And actually, let's go here and start off by making a README. You don't have one of these yet in this. And let's get one written up while we are talking about it. Okay. So I think what we're going to call this, and this might need some renaming today. I've named it a few different things over the last few days. But I think we're going to call it OpenAPI Gen, probably without the dash. I don't know. Maybe we'll throw the dash in there. What is it? Make our font a little bigger today. So OpenAPI Gen, what is it? OpenAPI Gen, actually we're gonna do it this way. OpenAPI Gen is a Rust crate that auto generates structs based on OpenAPI 3.x specification files. This means you can use the specification file from places like... There's this great directory that I found recently of OpenAPI files. In this OpenAPI's guru, there's like all of these different APIs from all of these different services, and they're OpenAPI files. I think these are all community maintained, or at least partially community maintained, and they document whole APIs. So in this case, this is the Zoom one, and it was too big to even open in GitHub, but we have a huge number of routes. We've got everything descriptioned out and everything. So like these files kind of have a huge amount of information in them, and we want to leverage that from Rust. And before I get too far, I want to call out that this wasn't a super original idea for me. I stole this from Yosh on Mastodon. Yosh at toot.yosh.is. Saying this is would be a good crate for the Rust ecosystem, and I agree. And I think one thing that's like moderately interesting here is that it's specifically, we're not trying to do generating like clients to actually make HTTP calls. We're just gonna make some typed structs. And the idea being that a lot of the time you want to customize the client generation. Maybe you're already using an existing client in your project and you just want to continue using that, or maybe you want to set timeouts differently or just customize it differently. So client generation is sometimes too much, but just the struct generation for requests and responses seems like it would get you pretty far. And that's what we are working on here with this. So actually, I forgot. The whole idea here was just to take this file. Oh, I don't need to link directly to Zoom. The whole directory is perfect. Like this. Okay, so that's a one-line TLDR. Cool, just put it in brackets. Nice. Awesome. Okay. So where do we want to dive in? Let's just commit this before I forget. Add the smallest readme ever. Okay. So let's just take a look at what I have so far. So I think we're going to want to organize this crate eventually. Nothing's named very well. But basically, I've got example, which this is a example crate that just depends on the macro. And actually, you know what? Yeah, okay, we'll look at it first. We're gonna want to rename this. This is gonna end up depending on like the named crate, and then we'll have the core and stuff like that. But this example is, here's what like a usage would look like. You're gonna create a module for some site, like maybe this is, some site is the actual site you're working on. And then you use the This is the macro that we're creating, currently called API. Probably going to be called like OpenAPI eventually or something. You give it a path to the file, and this is just a sample file. It's just a very simple one. And then this is not necessary. This was just me adding some stuff. So basically, you can give this just an empty mod, and what it does is it fills in things for you. So it created this root module, then the get module, then request. So this root get request, open to the side. So that's a different path. So this is the root path. We're currently translating the slash to be called root, just because didn't have a good name for this, but those are some of the questions that I hope to figure out when we get some more eyes on this. Made some decisions that are going to be like not hard to change later, but I think would be nice to get some eyes on. So under the root, under the path, then we get our get, because this is a get, and then we have our response. And the request here is empty because there just isn't params of this one. And actually params is probably a good thing to do. My example didn't have params, so I'm not parsing them. But params would be a good thing to do. But from response 200 in the examples here, we can see that this is the structure of the JSON that we're expecting to get back. And that matches this struct that was created automatically for us. So from the response 200, the top level thing is the versions key, and we've got versions here. And then under that, there's a vec for the array, and then the naming here, I would like to make better, but for the moment, we're just numbering it. So this numbered struct is going to be this internal structure on the JSON, and then the second one is this one nested inside links. So I would love it if we could use versions and links to give these better names, and I think we'll work on that. But I don't think that's going to be our super duper top priority. And that's where we are right now. So I think maybe what we'll do is we'll do some params, because I think we got the params is at least the symmetry that makes this rather complete. And then on top of that, it's just going to be some niceties maybe, but we really need params to get this more complete. Okay. But I think params are going to be the thing we do next. But I think what I want to do first is shuffle all the names around and do some renaming here. Because I think I'm going to kind of decide that this is the name that we're going to go with. Because I believe crates.io, this should be available. Yeah, OpenAPI gen crate not found. Perfect. Try that again. Yeah, so there is a generator. This does something different, I believe. Generate code from the specification, so it is similar. It's just a script that does it. I actually didn't notice this one before. I had looked at another one that was doing it in a build.rs, which is really similar to what we have here, but this one also hasn't been updated super recently. So we are going to do, I think OpenAPI gen is what we're going to shoot for. Yeah, community, we have lots of dashes and underscores. Everything's valid. Okay, cool. That's what we're going to go with. So let's start doing some renames. So macro here. Macro wants to be, I think this is going to be our outside. So this is OpenAPI gen. This is the top level thing. This is the thing we're going to want people to install. This is not where the proc macro lives, right? I moved that to... Oh, wait. This is the thing where the macros... Oh, sorry. Yeah, this isn't what we want. This is going to be OpenAPI gen macro. This one's the macro one. Okay, this one relies on core. Except it's gonna be OpenAPI-gen-core. We're gonna find it at OpenAPI-gen-core. Just doing some renaming. OpenAPI gen core. OpenAPI-gen-core. Okay, and then example here. This is going to, actually, I think example is also just a bad name. Let's rename it to, example, usage example maybe? Usage example will work for me. Call it usage example. I think this one didn't get updated at all. So we have OpenAPI API dash gen dash macro. We have the same thing with core. And then we have usage example. Usage example? Yeah, okay. 3. There are 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. Cargo build. No, can't find macro. Yeah, what needs macro? Does usage example need macro? Yep. Open API gen macro. Open API gen macro. Closer. Yeah, okay, so cool. The macro has some includes for use open API gen core. Perfect. And then this probably has, yeah, this is going to be open API gen macro. Proc macro API, no proc macro die lib present. No, I don't know what that means. I think it just means that Rust Analyzer is confused. Yeah, I know you're confused, Rust Analyzer. I was hoping that you were gonna fix yourself. Okay. Cargo build. Yep, okay. Oh, well that, oh no, yeah, we're just in the outside one. Cool. Awesome. And you're now happy? Yeah, okay. Wait, is this showing me the structs now? This wasn't before. Kind of, but not really. Like, it's not... Oh, okay, so it's at least pointing me to this now. That's better. I used to not do that at all. It, like, tells me that they exist, but it doesn't actually show me the... Okay, this is definitely better than it was before, though. It actually knows... It actually has hovers for all of these. Nice. I don't think it did before, which was weird. I wonder why it's better. Maybe I got a new version. Okay, is everything looking good? I think it is. Yep, Clippy's happy. Rename everything. Okay, but now we have much better organization going forward here. Okay. I said we wanted to do parameters first, so I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't know what's going on with my tmux here. Perfect. Okay. Let's do parameters. Oh, am I even using example specs? I'm not. Let's delete it. I'm currently just using the things that are in usage examples. Okay, so let's actually open API spec 3. Yep. Okay. Definition, specification, what do I want? Fixed field, info, okay. So servers paths. Yep, in paths, there's a path item object here. Then there's all the operations. Oh, the other thing, okay, I should probably start making some, oops, wrong project. That's fine though. Oops, what did I actually call this one? Let's rename the repository while we're here. It's called OpenAPI Macro. Okay. So this is gonna be OpenAPI Gem. OpenAPI gen. Perfect. Awesome. Let's grab this. Get remotes. Get remote set URL origin. That one. Perfect. We're gonna have to close VS Code after this, but that's okay. Move API gen to open API-gen. Okay. Let's quit VS Code. Open VS Code. Open. Couldn't go to that file because that file's all screwed up, but that's perfect. Open API gen. And here we go. Cargo build. Okay. Rocking and rolling, but let's create some issues for things that I know I want to do. Nah, let's do that at the end. Let's just see what we rock and roll through, and then we'll do some issues at the end. Okay, so I want to go to my usage example here, and I want to add. That's what we had started doing. Again, doesn't matter. I want parameters. Parameter object or reference. Yeah, okay. The other thing I have to do is support references. Why am I gonna try to remember this till later? Support for references in OpenAPI files. Most things can either be inline objects or references. Right now, I'm assuming everything is inline. Create an issue for that. Okay, so in the parameter object, there is name, required, deprecated, allow empty value, description, and where it's in. Okay, so that's for a get. Oops. I'm wondering, I just want to find if... So these are all operation objects, so I think they're all going to be the same. Oh, there's both parameters and request body, and those are different. Okay, that makes sense. In other cases where it's vague, it's permitted but does not have well-defined, it should be avoided. Okay, cool. So we're just going to do both then, because we need parameters for headers and query params, and we need request body for the body for posts. Parameters. So let's add some parameters to this. Parameters. And I think parameters is an object. Yep. Wait, a parameter object. Ah, I do not like this file. Yep, operation object. It's an array of parameter objects. That's what it's telling me, which makes a lot more sense. So there's an object. It has things like a name. Sure. In the query, test parameter required true schema type string. Oh wow, love that. Schema. Cool. The schema object. Ooh, or it could have an example. Oh, wait, so is there schema objects that I could have? So one of the things that's like a little bit funny is I just built this from example files and not from reading the spec. Probably should have done it from reading the spec, but oh well. So I was looking at these and I went directly from operations to responses. Response object, yeah, okay. I'm just what's fixed fields? The documentation of responses other than the ones declared. Use this field to cover undeclared. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. You can, and then they either have a response object. Got it. There was a net level of nesting off. Oh, okay, but I also have to handle support, or default, I mean. Cool. That's something to be aware of. support default for status code responses. From the spec. Okay, awesome. But what I was actually in the response object, it has content, which has media type object. Yep, sure. These have, yeah, they can't have examples, but they could also have a schema. Okay, I'm not doing anything with the schema. I should probably be doing something with the schema. Use the schema if present, instead of parsing examples. Oh, well, okay, that wasn't super helpful. Schema object. Cool. Awesome. We're also gonna want to refactor our code a bit to because we're gonna want to reuse things between the parameter stuff here and the response stuff that we already have. What's going on here? Those two didn't want to happen. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we just have some parameters here. And I'm not sure exactly how we want to structure our structs here. So these are these are query params. We might also have headers, but these are query params. So like, what do I want my output to be? Right now, here's what our output looks like in our example. Oh no, come on. Why are you being awful? Gosh darn it. CD usage example, come on. Don't be... It's just let me look at... expand. Perfect. Okay, I can scroll up now. Yeah. So for request, I was thinking that this would be the body here, right? For the request. I can just make another struct for request query. I guess I should be specific, right? Request isn't really enough. I should have request body and request query and maybe like request headers, like all of the things. Or do we just have but like the only place we really have the ins is here, right? The responses don't have this at all. Response object. Oh, it can't have headers. Okay. How do we want to struct this? I think we just want separate structs like this. So this response body, response is great. Request, it can maybe leave off body. We'll add query and headers for the ones that need query and headers. Okay. Let's worry about parameters right now. Okay, so this is on test more. Test more is gonna have some parameters. So eventually what I want to be able to do is refer to some site at test more, the get request parameters. And what was the request parameter? It's called test, and it's a string. Okay, this doesn't exist yet though, so now let's go try to create it. So in our core, this is where everything's happening with our macro using like proc macro 2, quote, and sign. And it's kind of a mess. We're definitely gonna want to clean it up here. But we have into operation mod. So it operates on an operation from the OpenAPI spec, and it creates everything underneath. So for us, that's gonna mean from get this, or I guess, including the get, because it names itself, but that's one operation. So we have our path, and then under our path, we have our operations. This is all being created by that one into op mod. So like here's where we create the request spec, or the request. And here's where I think we're gonna want to check for having the params. So here is where we just like at the end we make our mod. Okay, so let's see. Why are we making this at the end? It feels like we could make this earlier and just start pushing things onto it whenever we feel like it. Yeah, I think I want to do that instead. So let's do that basically at the top here, right? This is gonna be our operation module. There are definitely some things that need to come before it, but not a lot. And actually I'm gonna remove these from here because I don't want to do that. This is just gonna make an empty one. And then like whenever we want to, well actually let's make this content because that's the thing we're gonna actually refer to. This is operation mod. Okay. Yeah, okay, so then here we could do something like content.push. And this could be like request struct.into. And then content.push response enum.into. Remove this. Oh, that just needs to closes, and then we push all of the response structs. Okay, so this is just refactoring things a little bit. I like this better. It just feels nicer. And it really shouldn't have changed anything. Okay, but what we want to do is I want to have something here for like if let, I think this is gonna work, but I'm not positive. So this is params equals self.parameters. Oh, parameters is a vec. Yes, that makes sense. For p in self.parameters. What is p here? It's a parameter or, yep. So let param equals wait, what are you? You're a reference or parameter. Yeah. Into item unwrap. Yeah. Into item unwrap. Okay, because now it's definitely a parameter. That's what the issue is about for the references. I'm not handling references well at all. Okay, so now that we have the parameter, so from the parameter, we're actually going to want one struct for the parameters. So let's do something like this. This is for param struct, so this is just like parameters. Well actually this is like query parameters. Query params? Let's go with query params. Okay, so this is gonna be mutable because we're probably gonna want to throw things in there. That's just hard code that got written, doesn't even make sense. Okay, so we're just gonna push variance. So this was when we pushed variance. Where do we push things onto the struct. I guess it's in type 4 where we make a struct and we push fields onto it. So we make our struct and then we have something like this. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna want to do this again up here, something like this. Oh, and this can happen. There we go. And this is param struct. Okay, so I'm saying that the fields have to be named, but that definitely should happen because we just made the struct here. Okay, so for the param and parameters, boop, 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 boop. Oh, whoa. Okay, this does this type 4 stuff. I'm actually just going to assume schema exists because that's what I wrote in my example, and we'll do schema and then we'll go back and do it the other way. So parameters have a name and a schema. Let name equals param.name. That's a, yep, perfect. So the key here is name. That's what that is. Wait, no field name? Oh. Didn't I just do this? The param thing? I guess not. Let param equal param dot into item dot unwrap. Now param has a name. Does it not? Param dot. What do you mean? Okay, there's definitely no type. That's gonna be name. Hardcode string for a second. Okay, this doesn't seem like it. No field name for type open parameter. Parameter, yeah, parameters have names. Like that's, they have names. But what? Okay, so what are there then? You're not letting me see it. Ah, I'm trying to hold these two, then oh man, then it goes away. Okay, so it's not really gonna work. Ooh, go to parameter. That was nice. Okay. Parameter. Oh, there are multiple types of parameter. It could be a query parameter, path parameter, a cookie parameter. Okay. Got it. It enumufied this. If let parameter query, there we go. Expected tuple found struct variant, not a tuple. Wait, what? Ah. Okay. We need that. Found struct variant. That's not a struct variant. That would be an enum variant, right? Yeah. Else, this is another panic case. Actually, this is a to-do. Handle other param types. Okay. Oh, what are you trying to tell me here, though? View. I don't think you're mad at that. Found struct variant. Found struct variant's confusing. I don't know what found struct variant means. I don't understand what you're mad about here. Could I just do match on param instead and have you fill out the arms for me, Rust Analyzer? Okay. Wow. Not sure what's up with my if let. If let parameter query. Oh, I know what it is. I probably want to match eventually. It's this. It's if I had made this a freaking that, it would have liked it better. Now it's just missing the fields. Yeah, there we go. I think that would have been it, but I think the match is going to be better anyways. But I still can do the ignorey fieldy thingy for these ones just because I'm not doing anything with it. Okay. But I want to handle the query case. So it has some stuff. It has parameter data and some other stuff. Okay. Let name equals parameter data dot name. Now there's a name field finally. Whoa, nope. I like the ident one though. No. Okay, that though then could be that, I think. Perfect. Okay, but now let's go back and steal this from down here. Ram struct. Oh, that's X. Oh, that's actually the right thing though. I don't like that. Fields? Fields.name.push? Yeah. Yeah, identifier there. This could be string. That'll at least get this hard-coded one working because it is a string. Yay. Request parameters. Oh, I don't think I called it request parameters, right? I think I called it something else. Query params. Oh, do I not actually put it in? I bet I don't shove it in yet. Param struct is here, and I should do content push. Param struct put it into. Ah. Cargo build. Cargo build. Awesome. Okay, so I guess just while I'm in VS Code, it like doesn't know where these things come from when I change them. If I just like redo Rust Analyzer like that, is it eventually gonna figure these all out? Yep. Okay. That's like fine. Oh wait, do I still have that comment in here? Does it make it anywhere? Did I remove it? It's response. I don't think so, but does response have a comment on it? Nope. And it would be response 200, right? Like that's where it would be. No, it would be on the response module. Oh, it does! Ooh, we actually do see these. It's on the root get response enum is where I put that. Okay, awesome, awesome. We are gonna have so many comments on everything. Perfect. Okay, so we got query params now. Or, no we don't. I have a hard-coded single query param. That's hard-coded to string. Where is that? Param struct, here we go. Okay. So parameter data, it's gonna have schema, right? Format. format is a parameter schema or content. The schema defining the type used for the parameter, or a map containing the representations for the parameter. The key is the media type and the values describe it. The map must only contain one entry. Okay, so okay, and what does content have in it? It has a media type, and inside that, then there's a wait, what? You're telling me that according to the spec, where was that? That's absurd. Inside the spec, a parameter data. Okay, well, let's look at the actual spec. Let's see if this is mirroring or if this is... Is there something about parameter data? No. Okay. Schema, example. Oh, there's content. The content property can define the media types and schema for the parameter. The parameter must contain either a schema property or a content property, but not both. When example or examples are provided in conjunction with the schema object, the examples must follow the prescribed serialization strategy for parameter. Okay. So schema and content are hidden behind the same thing. And then the content has a media type object, and the media type object can have other examples. Why? Why is it like this? Why could I have examples at this level too? This is silly. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. If let wait. Yeah, if that's not right. Parameter data dot format, and this is the parameter schema or content. Okay, so it does say it's one or the other, right? It's not optional. Okay. So if let the not format. Oh, I see. Parameter or schema and then schema. So if we just copy this, if let of s equals this, else we have a to-do that says thank you, need to handle cases where we have the nested content instead of a schema. Okay. So here now we finally have our schema object. Let s equals, yep. Now we finally have our schema object. Schema data and schema kind. Schemas. No, that's not helpful at all. Yeah, schema object. The schema object provides the definition of blah 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 blah. So type. Okay, so there's like some stuff with JSON schema. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, it's a superset of JSON schema. Okay, got it. Interesting. From schema kind. What is schema kind? Oh, okay. It's either a type, a one of something, an all of something, any of, not any. Okay. And then type is type string. Okay. Yep. And then they all have these specifications on them. We're not going to be able to support all of these, but that's okay. Maybe we can put them in the docs for the things. That's pretty reasonable. I like that. Okay, so now that's schema kind, and then those have nested schemas in them. Great. What is schema data? The schema data is everything else, I guess, basically. Title, description. A default value. Yep, okay, so I really am gonna want to go from a schema to a struct, aren't I? Yeah, like that's definitely what I'm gonna want. In addition, probably like that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, this is... Oh, okay, so I see. They just went with examples instead of example. That one's fine, I like that. Okay, okay. This is a little bigger than I thought, but like that's fine. There's always gonna be some stuff that I wasn't expecting. I guess I actually probably want to do it at this enum, though I guess if I do it at this enum, I probably just need to do it for each variant, so I can definitely do it for a schema here. Oh, reference or schema, yeah, okay. That's actually exactly where I'm at now, right? Where, I can just write this trait into struct. Yep, awesome. And we import into struct for a schema object. And then down here, oh, whoa, wait. Oh yeah, because the parameters have a schema. Each parameter has a schema instead of the whole params object having a schema, correct? Yes, correct. Self dot, yeah. Server summary tags. Responses correct. Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay. It's a little weird, but like that's fine. I guess I don't even want a type for really, right? I just want, well, I guess I want it more like a type for, because I don't even know if I'm making a struct here. So like schemas might not go to a struct, right? They could just go to an integer. Yeah, they totally could just go to an integer. I was like, that's not really the right thing. I want to trait like into struct fields, I guess. Into struct fields. That it takes in a structs. It takes in a struct bag, like new structs or something. I don't know. I've already done this once before, so like it's fine. Into struct fields, into struct fields. Yep. Because what I'm doing here. Oh, yeah, that doesn't return that then. It returns a fields named object. It just returns an identifier, right? I've done this before. It's the same method as this. It just returns a token stream, basically. Yeah. Yep. Into struct fields. No. Into type. It's just into. Yeah, it's just into a type. And the type is just a token stream. Yeah, that's what we want. Is response structs just the thing I end up throwing everything in? Yeah, okay. Structs. I don't think I need to name it anything special. It just they're just structs. Okay, so but I can go from my schema. I can go schema dot into type, passing it structs. Let type equals this. We're pushing fields is this fields dot named dot push this type. Okay. Into type for a schema. For a schema object. Let's say we're assuming it comes with a oh, this is the schema's like section. Fixed fields. Yep. Schema object examples, primitive example, type string. Yeah, okay, so I guess I should just match on type first, right? So is like self.type a thing? No. This is when I need to look at what schemas have. Schema data, schema kind. So I need to look at schema kind first. Match on self.schema kind. Fill that. Okay, so if it's just a type, then I match on type. Oh my gosh. And this is different than this one. Great. These like are all called. These are like some of these are easy, right? Oh, I actually don't need that. This is then just. Yep, something like this. Oh, we have number and integer separate now? Why? Oh man, okay. There's a lot of these, and I want to like not have to do this so many times. What does all of mean? Like it satisfies all the schemas below it, but like that's okay. Okay. Um Rust JSON schema to struct. Someone done this? If you don't really care about this, is to drive JSON schema and use schema for to generate a JSON schema. Dang it, that's the opposite. This is a Rust crate that can take that and generate types that are serializable with Serta. Nice. As the schema can be arbitrarily complex, this crate makes no guarantees that it can generate good types or even any types at all for a given schema, but the crate does manage to bootstrap itself, which is kind of cool. Rust types can be generated by passing a path to a JSON schema to the schemify procedural macro. Yeah, okay. So I probably could I use I could probably use a proc macro in my proc macro. That would be kind of hilarious. I don't think I want to though. How bad are you? Oh, it would be in core anyways, probably. Yeah, I got lost in that file already. Hard for me to tell. Is that trended by the JSON fields configuration file? Okay, this is like kind of what I want, but I can't tell if it's gonna do what I want. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, this one's gonna be there's gonna be a lot to do here. And I don't know if I feel like this is going to be super this is gonna be super usable. One or many is just a vec. Oh. One or many is literally just a vec. Oh, but it even makes doc comments? Yeah, see, I like that. Yeah, like I like this idea for sure. Okay, yeah, I'm probably gonna wanna do this myself a bit. And maybe we'll end up with some multiple crates we can pull out of here at the end. Because I do have type 4, but that's a different thing. Type 4 works off values. We probably want something similar to that for this, but it's not exactly that. Yeah, and like it's annoying that these are all different things. What's in here? It's an object type. finally is an object, but then these are schemas again. Okay, so they basically just do it onto each other, right? Oh, and one of's like an OR-y thing where we have like schemas that we want to like OR together. Oh, this generates an enum. An enum from the possible schemas. That makes sense. All of. Oh no. Try to make a struct that's the union of schemas? I'm not really sure. Any of. Wait. What's the difference between one of and any of? Is this the same as one of? Don't think we can really support a not schema. Just skip this? Any. Any takes in an any schema. Okay. Untyped. Yeah, untyped schema, just skip it. Just because like you can't do much if you don't give me a schema. This is a number type, that's an integer type, then we have object and array. What's number type? Okay, it's just, I'll probably just make it an F64. Yeah, okay. Number just becomes an F64 because integer just becomes a I64? Sure. Oh yeah, that makes sense because of course it's typed from there. Okay, so the only two that we need to deal with now are objects and arrays and things that have like the weird relationies. Objects just need to recurse on this. On this. Yep. Okay, so then into type for a T, which is a type, and then we have new structs, which is an mutable vec of item struct. Oh, this might need to have enums eventually, but that's fine for now. Oh, perfect. Into type for T and new structs. Awesome. Okay, so object here is when we're gonna want to do something like this. Got a little sound effect that I thought came from Twitch, but don't see any Twitch notification-y things, so guess it is what it is. Okay, so there's this thing. Oh yeah, if we're making objects, I'm gonna need to name these objects. Yep, that is true. Okay, a lot to do here. Does usage example compile right now? It does. Awesome. Okay, and the reason for that is because I'm just using a schema type string here. If, for example, I just change this to object, I think this is going to no longer compile. Yeah, it's just going to blow up, and things not even going to exist because this panicked on not yet implemented. Yep, okay. That's fine. So I have just like a few of these, and I don't want to have multiple versions of it. How can I... Well, should this one... Okay, I think this is the one I'm not gonna want at the end of the day. But I have it right now, so let's keep it, but I think I'm gonna want to not have it. Account, yep. Okay. Cool. I had apparently broken that test at some point. Does it still work with that new file? Oh, yeah, well, that just doesn't work at all. Line 80. Oh, come on. I thought you were going to take me to the usage, not that. Okay, hop to the problems. There we go. Has poor parameters in the declaration. And trait has to. Oh. This is all it means at the moment. The name here is that count 0. Perfect. Okay. Into type calls this. Into type then calls this with this. Okay. I want to basically just copy what we're doing here. Copy. Paste. Okay. If count equals 0, name to string, else we do it like that. We make our item struct. And then we go through our fields. Okay, so then okay, yeah, what can we do with our object type? Object dot, I think additional properties. Okay, so like, what is this? Let x equal additional properties. Yeah, but like, what do you got, x? Doesn't seem like you've got much. Go to additional properties. It can be an any, or it can be a schema. Okay, so oh hey, Dev Alex Martinez in chat. I wonder if that's what the Bing was earlier, but it didn't show up right away. Thank you. I like the font too. I believe it is Victor Mono if you want to check it out. I really enjoy it. And the color scheme is Capuchin. It's a VS Code plugin and a plugin for all kinds of other stuff if you want to go check it out. I really like the font. I like the sometimes cursive is nice. In this theme, more things are randomly cursive than they used to be for me. But that's okay. I like it. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Okay, so additional properties, though, was an additional properties thing. So if let additional properties, if it's a schema of S, then we're going to do something. I don't think this is right. We don't support additional properties that aren't schemas. Yep, exactly. Okay, so now that we have a schema, I think I can call into type on it again. Yeah, that. Schema.into type. Oh yeah. Let s equals s dot into item dot unwrap. This isn't no field named. Oh, we renamed this to X. Don't want that. Boop. Boop. None of that, none of that. Though this shouldn't be named this either. This should be fields. Like, there's no reason to call it something different. Okay. No. Not additional properties. Wait, additional properties can't just map right to a schema item, can it? Additional properties. For a simple, wait, how does that even make any sense? For a string to model mapping. Oh, does additional properties say what the other things are? Like, this is just a hash. Okay, okay, that's not what I was looking for at the moment. I really just want properties. S dot properties, no. Oh, O dot properties, sorry, object dot properties. There we go. Okay. Object dot properties. Okay, there we go. This is a key. This is almost a schema. Let s equal valued into item unwrap. It's a boxed schema, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so it's not that, but it's fine. Let ty equals s dot into type new struct's name count +1. Okay, so now we get the that to that, that to that. There we go. Okay. Oh, additional properties. Okay, okay, yeah, I see. If o dot additional properties dot yeah, I'm not sure like why that came into addition there, but that's right. But to do, because I don't want to just panic. I like to do because it tells me what's going on better. Okay. Okay, so that works for objects now. And now I just need to do it for arrays, but I already have a version that works for arrays down here, so I can probably just steal most of it. Here's array. Okay. Place A. What are you? A dot, what do you got? Items. Yeah. Yeah, items. Okay. Items. Awesome. Sample is just one of the first options. Yeah, okay. But so it could be a none, but then it's a reference to a box schema. That's an S though. Let s equal s dot into item dot unwrap. S dot into type New structs name count. Okay, there we go. Match the type of echo types. Oh yes, count +1 though. That is what I want. Wait, what? A reference or? What are you mad about? Because we kind of shared reference. Oh, into item. Got it. As item? Perfect. Oh, can it take a reference to self instead of the actual self? Reference to type. We're just gonna do everything borrowy. Yay! Awesome. Okay, so now what I want to do though is I actually don't, well, I can have type for a value still, that's fine, but I don't want to do it. What I want is function type for value, and it takes a value which is a reference to a value, and it returns a type, and then we match on value, match on value. So if we get a null, we blow up on to do. Oh, actually, there might actually be a type for that. Type. Nope, there is not. Boolean. Type Boolean. Perfect. Number. Yeah, sure. Integer type. Yep. Ugh. Integer type. Oh, number. This is number type. That is, if it's an F64, then we do the opposite. Yeah, this is just better. Okay, format, variant or unknown or empty. Empty. Wait, can I just do like default? So just have like a default. Oh, yay. Awesome. Yeah. Just do it off the default. Whatever you need, just make one. Okay, so if you get an array, what do we do with empty arrays is the same as what do we do with... No, we return a type array. Just default, I think, will work. Dang it. Can array type just not have that? Okay, so this is an option. What is items here? Schema. Okay. Oh. Reference of box. What do I have? Oh wait, I want a schema? Oh, I'm not gonna get a schema. I don't have a schema object at all. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we built the schema basically using the defaults. Oh yes, thank you. The snake plushie back here. Sorry I missed your chat. I wasn't being good about following along. The snake plushie goes great with the Battlesnake theme, the Battlesnake streams that I've been doing on Sundays. Yeah, the Battlesnake streams are on Sundays for the little snake plush. My wife got me that for Christmas to go along with my streams. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm so close to figuring out what the type is here. It wants to be an option. Oh wait, so I could have given this a none the whole time, but I don't want to because I have a little bit more than that. So I can box the schema. Let s equal box new of s. Like that's easy. Because now S is a box of a schema, but it doesn't want to be a box of a schema. It wants it to be a reference or. Okay, so then let S equals reference or item. Yep. There we go. So without that, it just doesn't know how to into. It doesn't have an into for that. It feels like it should have an into for that. Okay. We got that. That's great. We can make our array type. Object type. We gotta like recurse here. Not sure about you. I think it's an object type. Okay, what is properties here? It's an index map. I thought it said it was an index map, right? Yep. I don't know where to grab index map from. It's a harder one. What are you up to, Dev Alex Martinez? How'd you find the stream? Just curious. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Some of these I can... Oh, wait. These are the... Okay. Okay. There's a lot of stuff here. Oh, nice. You are from the Battlesnake Discord. That's awesome. Oh, I hit my mute button. Glad to have you here. Thanks for stopping over from Battlesnake. Okay, these are all options. I can just not do these. The required's interesting, because what do I have here? I'm going from an example. I don't know if things are required, so I guess it's totally fine to say that there's nothing required. Properties here, though. Expected struct of string to schema. Yep. That makes sense. And this is where we got to recurse, right? Yeah, we've definitely got a recurse here. So this could just be a hash map of like string to I don't know what. String to something. Key.toString yeah, okay, perfect. And I don't think I can just do properties here. That would be too easy, right? Yeah, it's telling me that the types don't match. Expected an index map from index map. And it got this. Well, first of all, the keys aren't right. Reference or boxed schema. Okay, so I think we could do this. Where let type equal the recursion. Well, I don't think I actually need the into there. Perfect. Now we insert s. And then can I just into that? I could do into iter.collect if I can collect into it. I can collect into it. Love it. Okay. I think that works. And then this type for that takes the value. Now it doesn't need to do that. Now it can do let OpenAPI type equals type for value that, and then open and then like I think I can do type for what was it called up here? Into type. Of course I can't name it the same freaking thing anywhere. Okay, but then I can do into type on the OpenAPI type. This can be called new structs name count. Okay. Now we don't need that in multiple places, hopefully. How is anything doing? Okay. Okay. Let's do a cargo expand. I think it might have all the stuff here. Just got named differently. Yeah, okay. It looks like it because we got a 2 and a 4 instead of a 1 and a 2. So where are we jumping up numbers when we don't need to be? Type for value. This has nothing about numbers, which makes sense. So into type. If count equals 0, do that. Count plus 1. Into type here, just pass this count through with this into type. That's not what I had before though, is it? Let me look at the diff here, or let me look at my old code. Because I'm in here, at the bottom, where we do this county thing. Is it really just count plus 1? That doesn't even seem like that would have worked. But it's definitely what I was doing. Because like each field, like 2 fields could have had something here. Yeah, this only works if they're nested. This doesn't work normally. Into, oh yeah, that's fair. Change dot dot, get rid of those, get rid of that, get rid of that. Okay. And like this is just, this doesn't work either, right? Because like this one now just is like, yeah, nothing compiles. Wait, that, wait, whoa. That fixed it. Wait a second. Okay, so what's this plus 1? This goes from a type to a token stream, but it calls struct. That's a pass-through, or for schema. This doesn't do anything. It just grabs the type. So this could really just be let type equals int type for s dot schema kind, comma, yeah, whatever. That then doesn't need to exist, and that can be a reference. Oh, no, because there's this whole mash. I guess I just don't know where the +1's coming from. Like, where, if I get rid of this here, right? Because isn't that what just worked for me? Yeah, that has 1 and 2 again. Okay, so yeah, so this is working. So when we do an array, we do it there. And we're not doing it when we, so there's literally no +1. Like, let's get rid of that one, I guess, right? Because I don't even have arrays. Oh, I do have arrays. Oh yeah, that's just vex. That's fine. That's reasonable. Oh wow, so it just boxes the thing before I put it on the back. Huh, that's cool. But those look great. That looks awesome. So why, where, like, where are my +1s getting added? Into type 4. Not really. Oops. Yeah, we just pass through count. We use it if it's not 0. Count. Yeah. Wow. I don't understand how this is still working. Oh, is it not? Oh, it's not. Okay. That would make sense. Okay, I think cargo expand was lying to me, is the answer here. Cargo build. Cargo expand. Cargo clean. Cargo expand. Give it a minute. Yeah, responsible. They're there though. Okay, so then why is it telling? Is it telling me that? No, not if it, once it refreshes, it's there again. Okay. This version works. No 1s. Or no 2 and 4. We got 1 and 2. Oh wait, are these backwards now? No. Wait a sec. I thought this expanded nicely. Oh no, it's 2 and 4 again. I'm using 1 and 2. It's 2 and 4. Oops, that makes sense. I don't know where the why that's happening. I want to figure it out though. Type for value. Yeah. Type for value. This, yeah, this just does that and then calls into type. Yeah, value as item unwrap. Yeah. So like the answer kind of is that I can do that to that and that to that, and I think this code will compile. Wait, no? Oh. And it's in the opposite order that it used to be. Wait. Is this just like very broken now? No, links is that, versions is that. Those are right. Nothing super weird going on there. Versions. Wait. Oh, is that what it's telling? Is that what's happening? No. Versions is 2. Expected struct 2 found 4. Okay, so that's da 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 da. No no no. Build all targets just for safety. I don't think I'm even doing multiple targets. Okay, that's right. Rust Analyzer, you're having a bad day. Which is fair. I'm doing some crazy crap to your Rust Analyzer, but you were having a hard time. Oh, looks like we have a few more viewers than before. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I hope you're enjoying it. We are probably going to wrap up in the next, 15 or so minutes here, but feel free to say hi in chat if you feel like it. Let me know where you're coming from, or if anything's ever confusing you, please let me know, or if you want me to explain anything. Would love to do that. But I like having people here. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. We got params. I mean, actually, param should work, like, well now. Let's, oops. Did I just quit VS Code? No, I just hit it. Okay. Let's test this just a little bit more, because at one point, the only param that was going to work was going to be a string. That's no longer true. I should be able to do object. And then I think I can do something like that, right? Properties and then foobar as strings. I'm fingers crossing this is gonna work. This request params, that didn't work at all. Query params here is just test. So that's just not right at all. What's happening somewhere is when we go to make it the type, yeah, ident and type here like get messed up. So where must that be? That is gonna be query param struct. Yep. Wait, so the type of the schema here returned the name? Into type from this returns the identifier. Yep, the name of the struct. And if it's an array, we do that. Hey, Tobs on Twitch, thank you. I need to get it trimmed. It's getting a little scruffy. It's coming in well, but it's getting a little scruffy. But it's been a bit since I got it trimmed at all. What's going on in my expandy things here? Like, why am I? Oh wait, it's building? That shouldn't be building. Should it be building? This doesn't make sense. Oh no, we have. Oh, okay, well, it's weird. Okay, yeah, good point, Tobs on Twitch. I should do a little what I'm working on thing. I might be wrapping up in a few minutes for the evening, but that is totally fine. So what are we working on? Working on a new Rust crate called, tentatively, it's not published yet, OpenAPI Gen. And the idea is it takes an OpenAPI specification file and spits out to you some Rust structs that you can use. So it's not going to do actual generation of like client libraries or anything, because it's going to be kind of bring your own HTTP client kind of thing, but it's going to generate some of the structs for you is the goal. And so like there's nice big directories of OpenAPI files, like, you know, for all kinds of different sites. We can take a look at the COVID-19 one. And the idea being from this with like the schema, it has, oh, this one has a nice even XML schema, but like maybe from the JSON schema here, we can generate you a Rust struct so you don't have to do it super manually. And that is what we are, or what I am working on today. And right now, I'm trying to get it so parameters work, like query params parse out nicely. So I have my sample file here that has this route that has a parameter. That parameter is an object with two properties, foo and bar. And we can see what that looks like. So here is the test more API response. Oops. Here is our query param struct. And then there's this nested struct called test that has foo and bar. So that is working, but the kind of problem is I think test here is the right name. This I don't think should be called test, and if it is called test, it needs to be called test capitalized to match how structs look in Rust. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, is where I named the struct and maybe named it wrong. Yeah, I really like Rust. I learned Rust through Battlesnake, which is awesome. If you found me from Battlesnake, then great, you already know what it is. If not, Battlesnake's a really fun programming game that I used to learn Rust over the last, I've been doing Battlesnake for about 2 years now, so kind of a little while. And it's great. I like Rust a lot. I try to do as much Rust when I am coding fun time projects as I can, because I enjoy it. Okay, so you did not find me from Battlesnake. Did you just stumble upon the Twitch, or how did you stop in? If you want to learn about Battlesnake, I can do a 30-second Battlesnake intro. If you want to check it out for yourself, go to play.battlesnake.com. But I've been doing this and getting a community tournament set up, so if you're interested, you can do some Battlesnake with us. But Battlesnake is this online programming game where basically you write a web server that controls one of these snakes. So you get a post every turn of all the game data, where all the food is, where other snakes are, and where some hazard squares might be. And you just have to decide if you want to go left, down, up, or right. And your goal is to be the last snake on the board. So thought maybe you had found me from that, and I've been doing some streams for that on Sundays. But it's a really fun game if that is something you're interested in. Just looking for a cozy stream to join. I love it. Glad you found me. And I hope this is the vibes you were looking for. Okay, so I'm looking for how I named these things. Yeah, if you enjoy Battlesnake, it's a good time, but you know, not at all trying to push it on you too much. Hehe. Definitely the vibes I was looking for. I like it. I like it. Okay. I have a thing that's currently called test. I don't want it to be called test. I don't know where it came from. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Getting me one closer to that goal of 100 at the moment. Kind of an arbitrary goal, but 100's a nice round number. Okay, so this name, where's this name coming from? Name is something we pass into type. Okay, so where are... Yep, okay, so into type on a schema. Yep. The name. Okay, so type for... We just pass this name through. So when we're doing the parameters, that's when we start from a schema. So let's find parameters. Parameters. Yeah, this. Okay. Format ident. The name is... Okay, so that's what's happening here. The name here is the... Okay, so then I want like... Okay, well, let's do this. This is what I want. I want struct name. That's not it all either. Wait, is this what I want? Query params? Oh, is this one of the things where I've done it 2 different ways style? Where I could push it out? No, because that's not how these works. They don't have schemas at 1 level out. I have to do it here. Okay. Query params schema or something. I don't know. Let's just do that for now. Let's see what that comes up as. So this is at least going to not say test. That'll be important. Struct name here. Okay, now if we run expand, we should see... There we go. Okay. Query params now has the field test, which is a struct, which is the name query param schema. And then I think, if everything is working correctly, if we had another one of these, it would have a 1 after it. Don't know if I love that naming, but we can come back to that now that it's working a little nicer. Okay. We can now parse params and make structs for them. Nice. Okay. Let's see. I think we're gonna wrap up here in just a few minutes. When I started, I was a little bit hoping that we were going to be able to cut a release for this today, but I'm not sure we're gonna get that far. But that's okay. Let's see where we're at, and maybe we will come up with a list of things that I kind of want to get done for the first version. And we'll go from there. Okay, so now we have this all pushed up. And we have all of the things here. Here are some issues. And let's see, use schema if present instead of parsing examples. Oh yeah, we want to do this, and I'm gonna make this before first push, before first release. Ooh, yeah, what color do we want? That orange looks nice. Cool. Awesome. Okay, support the default for status codes. No, I don't think I need that. I do want to do references, though. This one doesn't seem like it should be too bad. It just, I just don't do references at all right now. So let's add that label before the first release. There's some other things that I want to do. What to-do comments do I have in code? I think I'd be okay with not doing schemas before then. I'm gonna need to do them though, so let's make an issue for that. Support complicated schemas. Since OpenAPI uses a superset, is it super? I think it said super, but now I'm thinking it said subset. The schema properties superset. There we go. Superset of JSON schema. There are lots of options. One thing we likely won't support for the first release, but should think about in the future, is the more complicated schemas. For instance, you are allowed to give a list of schemas, and either an any or all rule for them. For the any rule, maybe we can make an enum. For the all rule, can we make a minimal struct based on the intersection? And there's some code that I can link to. And actually, like, that is main, but like, what if I don't want to link to main 899C92? I don't actually think I can just plop that in there. I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, cool. Okay, so that is another thing that we're definitely gonna want to do. Oh, we want to support headers and cookies. That I don't think is gonna be in our first thing. Support. We might want headers because headers are gonna be used for auth. Okay, knowing about header support generating a struct for headers. A struct for headers. I do think we're gonna want that before first release. Marking as first release since auth stuff typically happens in headers. I think headers follow schema, so probably not awful to slot in. And then the other one here is like path and cookie. Those I think will support, but not immediately. Support for cookie and path parameter data structs. I think these can be added after the initial release. Okay, I think that's all the to-dos we have. Oh, nope, we need to handle nulls and empty arrays. Question. How... I don't know, let's just write support null values and schemas. Right now we just panic. Should we use the unit type? And then if we do the complicated schema stuff, we could fold a value and unit into an option or something. I kind of like that, right? And also the folding the schemas together is also good when we have multiple examples. Actually, the thing I think that I realized is that schemas are required, so I don't really ever need to look at examples, but I am. Yeah, do they say they're required? There's no way that they like actually are always there, because that's just not how life works. But I think they say they're required. Right, response object. Fixed fields always has those fields. And then not about callback. Nope. Link objects. I think I lost what I was looking for. Response object. Oh, those are... I see. Responses and examples are kind of side by side. I didn't realize that. That makes sense. And then content has the media string. Oh, but I guess the examples is what I wanted. Does it say that those are required? That was the question that I was looking to get the answer to. A response object is gonna have contents. Doesn't really say it has to though. An object may be extended with that. Okay, cool. Oh, and then these have examples. They okay, the schema defining the content. Yeah, so when they have examples, they should have a schema as well that I can be using instead. So that's better. I don't really need to parse it from examples. It can just be a fallback. I do want one more issue though. There's another issue that I want to make for empty arrays. Empty arrays. Like right now we just panic. Right now we just panic. Need to do something else. Don't think we need to do anything super fancy here, but we just need to not panic. And there we go. Okay, we've got 8 issues made. That's awesome. We've got 3 of them that we want to be done before the first release. We want to be able to support references. We want to use the schema instead of parsing examples, and we'd like headers. And then I think that'll round out enough to do a first release here. Then we'll give you structs for... Oh. I do response bot. I need request bodies. Generate struct for response bodies. We already have an empty struct. We just need to throw fields on it. And then like there's the thing where maybe it doesn't need to be a struct, maybe there's only one type, like if you just send up an integer, but whatever, this definitely needs to be in the first release. You gotta have response bodies, request bodies. And then I think for the examples thing, parsing examples, title for response bodies. Yeah, because that's the other side. Okay, awesome. Well, there we go. We got a good bit done today, and I'm really liking this. I like where we're hacking to, and I like where we got today. We are getting close. We got the query params, and we collapsed a bit of the code together, but not a ton of it so far. We were able to take the code that looks at a blob of JSON and makes it into a struct, and we were able to change that to make it into a type object from OpenAPI, and those can go to structs so that we could reuse some of the code. So that'll be really nice. Now anything that's schemaable we can struct, and that'll be really helpful. That should make the headers card like really easy. We'll just make another struct for the headers, serialize it down through the schema, and just kind of call it a day. Okay, well, I think that is gonna do it. I think we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. I hope you had a good evening and hanging out with me. Thank you for hanging out in chat if you were there. Tobs on Twitch, thank you for the follow and hanging out. And I'm glad you found the stream and enjoyed the vibes. I hope you find me again sometime. I will be back on Sunday for Battlesnake Sunday, where we will do some battle snaking. I'm organizing a community tournament, so I think we will chat about that. And see where else we go in Snakeland. Not sure yet, but I've got a few days to prepare for that. And yeah, you can follow me on Mastodon or join my Discord if you want to hang out. You'll see links for both of those in my little outro screen. And with that, I think I will let everyone go. Have a good evening, everyone, and I will see you around somewhere. Thanks. Bye.